I'll handle it all.
It's going live, love.
We have no link.
Goodness gracious. Why is that not working?
Hello, beautiful people.
It's in my diary.
Hello, everybody. Mercy Day, we are fully live. Let's rock and roll. I got one platform that... Hey, what is going on, everybody? How the hell are you? It is Friday afternoon, and we have a full-on UK invasion. So y'all stand by for a whole bunch of crazy-ass accents and things that I won't be able to understand half of them, but it'll be a fun damn time. I'm Donnie Bovine. I'm the host and founder of Success Champions, the podcast, the magazine, the Facebook group, the Badass Business Summit, and now Success Champion Networking that is hailed from all over the world and having a lot of fun. I'm going to bring up Miss Kelly first, have her introduce herself and the rest of the wonderful people she's surrounded with, and we're just going to have some fun, guys. So, Kelly, tell us who the hell you are.
Wow. Wasn't that an intro? My God, what a load of badass attitude that was. I have landed, and so has everyone else, and we're here to give you a night to remember. So, Donnie, how do you want to do this? Should we intro the event?
Yeah, so let's do this. Let's go around, tell everybody. I want you to just take a few 60 seconds, tell us who you are, where in the world you're at, because I have a lot of American listeners here, and so give them some sort of pinpoint of where that is inside the country you're in. 60 seconds, just tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do. Kelly, go.
Hey everyone, I'm Kelly Forrester, the Resilience and Growth Leader. I'm a driving force of a new entrepreneurial world, which is totally badass. And I'm also from Over the Edge. Now, I am here this evening talking to you from a place that you won't know is down in Devon, which is the southwest of the UK. We have beaches, we have farms, we've just got a lovely
Yay to the farms.
Yeah, lots of Greenland.
Awesome.
So why don't you start, Ruth? Introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ruth, and I'm from London. I am a coach. I'm a business and mindset coach. So I help people to build and scale their businesses, working on their strategy, their mindset, and their energy. And I also train people to become coaches. So I'm obsessed with neuroscience and reprogramming our brains so we can make lasting change. So, hello, everyone in Texas. You're all in Texas. You might not all be.
They're going to be all over. They're going to be all over. No, awesome. Sarah, Kezia, there you go. No, you're good. You're good. Rock and roll.
My name is Kezia, because it's not an easy name to say. I'm based out near Oxford in Buckinghamshire, and I'm a positive psychologist. And I was just thinking about badass and how to introduce myself as a badass. And the only thing that I can think of is that all of my clients call me Wendy Rhodes from Billions. Anybody that's seen Wendy Rhodes from Billions will know what a badass she is. And my role really is of helping highly successful women scale for optimal levels of success, wealth, and happiness, as well as my personal mission is to positively impact on 1 billion lives worldwide. So Just a few things going on.
Beautiful.
Go on, Sarah. Let's let Adam go last.
Well, hello, Texas. I'm Sarah. I'm actually living over in New York at the moment, but originally from the UK. So joining you ladies there as well, flying the flag, the UK flag there. But I'm the creator and founder of Creative Feng Shui, and quite boldly, I'm the secret weapon that every entrepreneur and high-profile individual needs in their life, because basically what I do is I effortlessly help them call in everything they desire in their business, their finances, their relationships, and a sort of a lifestyle that they can consciously create everything that they desire and more. And so I use the magic of using the art of Feng Shui to intentional and intentional living, really. And it's enabled my clients to go on to call in $6 million contracts, receive invites to Necker Island, making sure that they're getting paid in full, that they've got, their dream clients, and really to get even more crazy badass results. And I had to get badass in there somewhere.
Can you feng shui my rum collection? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we can do it on anything, but basically what I do is I activate the success in your space. So if it includes your rum collection, then I'm down with that. That's absolutely fine by me. But I help create supportive environments just for your business so you can thrive, you can harness the power of this Feng Shui, your energy flow, and live with intention so you can really sort of live a life with limitless success, wealth, health, and happiness. So brilliant. I'm just proudly the missing piece of lots of people's puzzles. So yeah.
Brilliant.
She sure is, Donnie. And now we have up Adam. Come on, Adam.
Hey, everyone. So they say ladies before gentlemen, so I'm being very kind of chivalrous here. My name is Adam. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist based in London. I'm kind of known for being a hypnotherapist to celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty. And my mission really is to kind of help people make changes. And one of the main ways I do that is through my podcast called The Hypnotist, which is where people can hear real hypnotherapy with real clients in real time, and they get to participate in those changes. And I'm kind of known for curing phobias in one session and also helping people become wealthy through hypnosis. So that's me.
He's kind of got that calming, hypnotic voice. Y'all hear that? He's got that perfect radio voice. I mean, geez, welcome to the party. So Kelly, tell us about the event, what you guys are doing, and then I've got a question for each of you as we go around.
Yeah, sure. What are we not doing? We're literally tapping into so many areas of everyone's lives right now that we truly need. I recognize that the world needs a little bit of healing. It needs a little bit of space to gain clarity. And most importantly, we've all been hit emotionally or physically in some form or another, and financially, some of us losses too. So I thought, let's bring some of the world's most incredible global speakers together and let's share the powers that we have and really make a difference, like stand strong together. And these are all people that I have handpicked, Donnie, like literally, these are all people that have helped me. And I know hand on heart that they can help others too. And so we decided to join arms, didn't we? And it was just amazing because everyone said yes. And we have got so much to offer in terms of 14 days, completely jam-packed. But at the same time, yes, it's live and interactive, but people can take their time and they can replay and they can watch it from their home over Christmas and New Year. So it's £49. I don't know what that works out in dollars, like $75.
It's like a penny. It's a penny. It's probably closer to about $58 is my guess.
Yeah, but we're so excited about this. Like, this is what we do. Every entrepreneur has a story. Every entrepreneur has an energy. And these energies are what motivate us and drive us to help others. And so this is why we're all here. We're here for a purpose. We're all game changers, badass game changers, and we really want to help others. So yeah, this is what the event is all about: purpose, power, and prosperity.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. And I love it. Kelly, you and I haven't known each other for very, very long, but you put this thing together in a very rapid pace. I've been pretty impressed by the amount of steam you put behind this and how quickly you ramp this up. I mean, from one crazy ass guy to another badass, I'm telling you, well freaking done. It's been fun to watch the show as you've got all these people together, poor Martin, you know, just trying to keep up with you. I mean, it's been brilliant to really watch. So one of the things you guys have in there is going from survival to success. Absolutely. What I would like to hear from each one of you guys is what that means to you. And could you give our listeners, which there are a crap ton on a whole bunch of different platforms, if you guys could give them a tip in your specialty of how they could go from survival to success. And I'll see Sarah at the top of my screen. So Sarah, why don't you start us off, love?
Yeah, definitely. I think partly from them going through a little bit of a breakdown to a breakthrough, I think as soon as I started changing on my pursuit of success was all about living with more intention. So by living with intention, then you can actually consciously create the life that you were made for.
Brilliant. Kezia.
Kezia, I love it. One point for you. I mean, I've been there, I've done it. You know, I think most entrepreneurs have gone through the burnout, the depression, the breakdown, all of those things. And when you think that 95% of our behaviors, actions, and emotions tend to be on autopilot, it's hardly surprising. We just tend to repeat things. For me, discovering my energy code and understanding the natural ebb and flow of my own personal energy and knowing when to push and when to pull back and teaching that to my clients has seen them exponentially, you know, just blast through any expectations of or hopes and dreams and desires that they could ever imagine. So just understanding your energy, know when to pull back, know when to push forward.
Love it. Miss Ruth.
I like that, Miss Ruth. I'm also a badass. I had to get that in. For me,
everybody officially said badass yet. If not, we'll get there.
Right. We have to say it. It's about realizing that you know, that you need to step up into your zone of genius and not spending too much time in your zone of competence. So I'm going to be talking about multiple income streams on here because I've got 2 different businesses and 13 different streams. But actually, part of that is about really learning your zone of genius, because when you do that, it is all of those entrepreneurial cliches. It's easy, it flows, it does all of those things. But so many of us are trapped in this idea that we have to be good at everything and we have to do everything. So I'm talking about multiple income streams with a twist, because I'm going to be also talking about how you can do that from playing to your actual strengths rather than doing every single thing that you see out there.
Beautiful. Love it. How about you, Adam? Don't hypnotize me, man, while we're doing this.
I'm not going to hypnotize you. Not today, Donnie.
All right.
My tip would be, of course, you know, in a crisis time and with COVID and the uncertainty going on, I think a lot of people experience anxiety. And for me, a lot of anxiety comes when we worry about things that we can't control. So my overall tip would be to accept those things that you can't control and then really hone in on what you are in control of. And I think, you know, being a hypnotist, most people aren't really aware of how much things they are control. They can control their inner talk. They can control their unconscious states, resourceful states, and they can control their focus. And I think, you know, what I'll be bringing to the talk is really how people can use their unconscious mind to help them rather than hinder them. Because a lot of people are victims of their own unconscious mind, which is a real shame.
No, that's brilliant, Adam. Well said. Miss Kelly, what's it mean? Survival to success. What is it?
Well, I always think that you have to take small steps to begin with anything you do in life or business. But it's determined action and it's discipline as well. And I think, you know, in terms of our resilience is being as adaptive as we can, but having the courage and bravery to follow our dreams. At the same time, being very realistic about the fact that sometimes there'll be a few little rocks in the road or in our shoes, and we just got to keep going forwards. And so for me, it's about building strength, resilience, and we all have them, but our own pair of unique survival wings.
Oh, I love that. I love the survival wings. That's badass. So here's something that I'm just geeking out on a moment. You know, everybody always says you become the people you surround yourself with, right? Jim Rohn, you know, quoted the phrase, the 5 people that you surround yourself with. What I love about this whole idea, this is absolutely brilliant that people can get access to not just 5, but 20 of you guys all together that are all coming together to deliver just some absolute amazing stuff that is going to catapult people to the next level. And as the chaos that this entire world is in at the moment, no matter if you're going through the US elections, COVID shutdowns that you guys are dealing with, and all that crap that's going on, it's brilliant that there's an opportunity for people to come hang out and learn from some of the best in the game. You know, how did the UK get so good at doing this? I mean, us Americans are supposed to be the ones that like lead this charge, and here you guys are kicking ass and taking names. Where does this UK grit, tenacity, and pure just raw talent come from? It's a huge talent pool, and anybody can answer that.
Would you mind if I did, or shall
go? Like anybody's going to stop you, Kelly. I mean, come on.
It's all down to energy. Everything starts with energy, and this is why, you know, I've pulled in all these incredible speakers and people. You know, everything starts with a heartbeat, Donnie, and at the end of the day, it's generational. It's based on past experiences. All of the things that we bring to the table are the things that we've experienced, the things that we've invested in ourselves. And I think the UK and just as general, I think globally as well, we all want a better future. We're all at a point in our lives where we're deciding what we write, you know, in terms of our own destiny. And nothing's going to happen if people just sit back and allow things to just carry on. So it's time now for leaders, for global leaders, for people that want to make a change, to go out there and create their own ripple. Sammy's coming on soon.
Sammy, I heard it.
To create our own ripples in the world. You know, it's time for change. It's time to step up into our power.
And Martin says it's because we got Kelly. I guarantee that's who said that. So you're like this Tasmanian devil of energy, Kelly. So, you know, here's what's fascinating to me is there's been a lot of webinars, workshops. I mean, everything's gone to this virtual world. I mean, we launched an entire business model to help people in the same token, all in this virtual game. And what I love about it is I can sit in the comfort of my home and watch these badass presentations, learn, take my own notes, get up and excuse myself without stepping over 30 people, you know, to go to the bathroom or eat lunch or what. If I want to drink a rum all the way through it, I can do that too, right? Because what you guys don't see when I turn off the camera, that's all for me. You know, what's it like? Because I'm really curious because I don't get to talk about to a lot of the UK folks on a regular basis. What's the atmosphere right now over there with everything that's going on for you guys? Because I know it's got to be tough as hell. You know,
I'll follow the lead again. It is tough, and this is. I mean, my idea, if you like, the creativity behind this came to me on the 20th of November. So. October even. Oh my God, I can't believe I just made a massive badass error there. Literally less than 2 weeks ago, before we went into another lockdown. And the reason is because I can see people's pain, I can feel it. And I wanted to create something that would help to just, it's not going to happen unless people want to invest in themselves. It's not a massive fortune because I realized that, you know, we're all hit financially. But at the same time, this is something that will absolutely change the direction in which your focus is going. And that, again, boils down to energy. And if we're investing our energy into positivity and stepping forward, then things will change. So, yeah, it's really tough in the UK, but maybe not as bad as America right now.
No, don't watch the news, guys. It's not as bad as you're making it out to be. So,
you'll tell us the truth there.
Yeah. Just turn off I think the whole world gets fixed if we just erase the media, period. Shut off all the news outlets, newspapers, everything that's a business anyways, and they just want to make everything shit. So turn off all the propaganda, life gets better. Sarah, I'm really curious about, who is like the ideal person that should be coming, attending, seeing this whole thing out? Who should attend, Sarah?
I think anybody that feels a little bit stuck, a little bit lost, a little bit confused, a little bit unsure, anybody that's just at home thinking what next or where do I start, I think this is going to be a perfect place for anybody to start, to tune into anybody that appeals to them in any given area, because like Kelly said, everything is an energy and people are going to be more drawn to other people, and actually just tune into what feels right for you, because there's a message somewhere in this for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. Well said. Kezia, I'm gonna get it right one of these days. So it's such a pretty name too. I don't know how I keep screwing it up. But I'm curious, what are some of the expectations for somebody who wants to attend this? What do you think are some of the big key takeaways from all the speakers people are gonna get out of this, Miss Kezia?
I think there's so many different things. I think they're going to walk away with tools that they can implement straight away, things that they can, we quite often will sit there and we'll listen to, beautiful people talking, but actually being able to take away things that they can action straight away that are going to make a positive difference in their life, not only in their business, but in their life, the relationships, the world at large, maybe in their communities. Right this moment is so friggin' important. People need the tools. And I think everything's just been kind of thrown up in the air and everything's slowly landing back. And we need new tools to navigate this new world that we're coming into. And Kelly has done a fabulous job of making sure that the right people are there to share their experience and help.
Yeah, I would agree. This has been fun. I mean, I put on a Badass Business Summit and we put it together in 2 months and we sold out a convention center, right? But to do this in just a couple of weeks is madness, and I love every minute of it. So, Miss Ruth, from your perspective, as people are going through this and they're getting some amazing takeaways, how do people actually start applying all this stuff that they get? Because we all know when you attend an event like this, it's one thing to take down a shit ton of notes and scribble all the things out, but there's no action behind it. So how should they pay attention to this whole thing so they can actually take action afterwards?
So I would say, be really open-minded, go to as many things that pique your interest as you can, and then give yourself some time, probably a couple of days after, maybe even a week after, to go through and to then put an implementation plan. So it's actually about you prioritizing what you're going to do afterwards. So don't think, oh, this is more learning. Think, okay, it's learning. I'm going to process it, and then I'm going to come back to it and think, okay, what are the priorities from there that are going to help me in my business, in my life, in my relationships, move forward? You have to do the work afterwards. Otherwise, it is learning, but it's not learning that you're actually implementing and integrating.
Love it. Love it. And then Adam, from your perspective, as people are attending this, so it could be make for some long days as they're trying to do, how does somebody stay active as an active participant as they're watching this whole thing out? How do they stay engaged themselves and actively watching what's going on?
I think the best way to make it engaging is to make it relevant to them in their life. So, it's useful to start thinking, how does this affect me? How will this affect my family? How will this affect my business? What problems am I dealing with right now? How can this help? And I think that, a lot of that is kind of intuition or inner dialogue. So I think, again, dealing with the unconscious mind, pay attention to how you feel as you're paying attention to this and see what kind of inner questions come up and then respond to that. And I think that kind of aligns quite nicely with Ruth's point in the sense that you kind of know what your priorities are because you're going to feel it at the point where you actually listen to this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Kelly, anything you want to add on all those? Those were a lot of fun questions. I can see you're like me. You're like, oh, I want to answer all these, right?
No, just listening to everyone just makes me feel so proud. I just love these guys. It's just amazing. So you've got to join in. Literally everything that everyone is giving here is just going to be so invaluable to your growth. And this is what this is all about, isn't it? Is helping you to grow in terms of not just emotionally, but also maybe spiritually. We've got yoga. There's speakers that aren't here this evening. We've got so many incredible things for people to try, but it is all about movement and growing forwards at the end of the day. So yeah, this just makes me so proud.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. And I think it was Kezia, geez, oh Pete, that talked about zone of genius. Speaking is supposed to be something you learn as a little kid, but for some reason it's just not working for me today. But I think it was you that talked about zone of genius, and I love that there's such a collectiveness of that here. As people are attending this, how do they listen so they can stay in their own personal zone of genius, so that they can get the most out of this event?
Interesting. That was Ruth that was talking
about. Oh, dang it. All right. Kezia, you just hush for a second. Stay over there. Ruth, would you take that one?
Do you know what? I wouldn't say to someone to really focus on their zone of genius here. I would say be open, because you are going to hear the right things. Like if you're being led by your intuition and your energy, you are going to hear the right things. So this is about taking a little bit of a leap of faith that what you hear will be the right thing in the moment. So I think that you need to kind of step out of your box and look at other things, because we never know what is going to be the next direction for us.
Brilliant, guys. This has been awesome. I've really enjoyed the conversation. We are going to bring on the other speakers. You guys, I was almost said ladies, but I forgot Adam was sitting over there, so I didn't want to leave him out. But you guys have been awesome. We are going to take just a 2-minute break, guys, to bring up the other speakers and get them ready to rock and roll. We'll see you in just a second. Round two. Hold on, let me get everybody in here. Everybody in here that hasn't been.
I was enjoying rocking then.
So you jamming out there, but backstage, Sammy's just going to town back there. So, holy Lord, this is a lot of accents to try and keep up. Sammy, I gotta say, it's beautiful seeing you, love. You're one of my favorite people in the world. You're so awesome. So, all right, let's do this since we got round two. Would you guys please do us a favor? Introduce who the heck you are, what you do, and all of that fun stuff. Dan, I got you up in the top corner, my friend. Start us off.
Hey, Dolly, thanks so much for having me here. It's a real pleasure to be part of this. Thank you, Kelly. It's going to be great to have the opportunity to rock the world for so many people. So my name's Dan Warburton, and I'm celebrating having recently given away 1,000 hours of complimentary transformational coaching. I've got a book that went to Amazon #1 that's now recommended by Robin Sharma. And my life's work has led me to find out that we all end up creating a reflection of what we subconsciously think we are and think we're not. And so what I do is I enable people to discover who they really think they are, so then they can actually transform that and then transform their lifestyle, their results as an entrepreneur, and take their lifestyle to the next level.
Brilliant, brilliant. The lovely and wonderful Miss Sammy Blindell. Hi, honey.
Hello, hi, and thank you, Donnie, and thank you, Kelly, as well, for bringing this amazing one-drop-preneur group of amazing badass people together for this. I'm so excited about it. I had to get badass in there. Greg said to me, don't say badass, because it sounds really weird when English people say it. I'm here because I believe that if you're going to create a ripple effect, one that really makes an impact and an income and a difference, then you need to know what ripple you're here to make. And one drop movement is all about really getting you first focused on what your one drop is, what one difference it is that you are here to make this lifetime, and then pick a lane, pick a drop, and start making that ripple effect. And when you're in complete alignment with who you are and what waves you want to create with your message, then you can become more relevant than anyone else in your industry. And with so many millions of eyeballs competing with you right now, relevance is the biggest thing that we need to focus on. So we brand you, we give you roots, we give you wings, and we are one drop. So me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Miss Alison.
Hello, thank you, Kelly. My name is Alison, and I'm currently in Vienna, so I'm not actually in the UK, but I am British, so I am known as a globetrotter or an expat, if you like, which is the more realistic term. So I help women with their health and their well-being to really level. So successful, ambitious women who are ready to take it to the next level, but they've always been held back a little bit by illness or disordered eating and things that they haven't been able to move forward with in their life. So I help them to reprogram their health beliefs and their mindset so that they can get their health improved, so that they can improve their level of their wealth. And I think that's so important. It's something that women generally tend to hold back on. They focus on what's my ROI, what's my next business coach, what's my next business investment, and they forget that actually they are their most incredible commodity, and that's what needs to take the roots and the foundations to stabilize everything else. So I'm so passionate. I've been doing this for about 24 years. So it's something that, you know, I've been there, I've done it, I've had the illnesses and the dis-ease in my body. So it's really helped me to understand on an empathetic and sympathetic level without being what's the word I'm looking for? Contradictory to anybody. You know, I really do understand where women are from, so I can get them out of their own head and move them forward to make that real projection forward.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. Miss Jenni, I'm going to unmute you a second. Now you're up. Miss Jenni. Oh, we may have a bad connection with her.
Can you hear me? Oh, hi. I'm having real problems with my sound. Can you hear me?
We can hear you a little bit, but go ahead, try it.
No.
No. All right, honey, I'm gonna have to
I think it's the fireworks.
Now it's working.
All right, Jenni, we'll try and come back to you. So
I'll introduce Jenni if you like,
right,
Donnie.
please do, Kelly.
Jenni
Yeah,
is an incredible person through and through, and I'm so proud of her because not only is she a serial entrepreneur, but she is one of these people that literally leans in and believes in absolutely everything that the universe provides. So she talks about the law of attraction, but she really demystifies it and breaks it down to make it really simple, so you can too learn how to trust and believe and have faith in that process. And that's Jenni, isn't it? Is that okay?
Well done. Thank you for that, Kelly. So same question kind of for you guys that I'm really, really curious about. Now unmute you as we go around because we got some weird echoes and things going on. So, but as you guys really think about, you know, from survival to success, right? As entrepreneurs, I know 6 months into running my business, I was looking at my wife saying, babe, we're about to lose everything we freaking had, because I had no clue how to be a business owner, right? And I successfully created a job for myself, and it took a lot to up my mental game to become a business owner. So there was a lot of those early months where I was 100% in the survival mode. And if you've ever run a business, I guarantee at some point you hit survival mode and like, oh shit, what do I do next? So I'm so curious for you guys, with inside of your talent, your skill set, what does it mean survival and to success? And give them a tactical tip that they can take with it. Mr. Dan, we will start off with you, sir.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And it's interesting that you've chosen the distinction survival to success, because one of the distinctions I cover in my book is the difference between survival and creation. So we can either be in two states of mind. Either the world is happening to us and we're kind of trying to survive it, or we're almost happening to the world, which is the opposite. And as Henry Ford's famous quote goes, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Because again, it's that fundamental view that we have of ourselves that governs the actions, and then that governs the results that we get. And so if we can shift from I can't to I can, which might be shifting from I'm not good enough, I don't fit in, there's no chance, there's too many lockdowns, I don't like my government, the taxes are too high, I can't do it, whatever it is, to I can do it, I'm empowered, I'm alive, I'm free, whatever it is. Instantly we shift into a place of power where we can see the same challenges, the same situation, and acknowledge them, but instead of feeling like they're dominating us, we can start to proactively take actions that make all the difference. You know, in this time of lockdown, I've got my wife out of Malaysia, and apparently Malaysians weren't allowed to leave Malaysia during the lockdown. I've got her out of Malaysia with a baby into England with all the lockdowns there, then out of England into Spain, found our home, gone back to England, packed all our stuff, and now we've all moved out here. Now I'm living in the south of Spain. I've got like full sea views in front of me. And apparently there's lockdown. Apparently there's all this stuff going on. But I choose not to be, dominated by it. And my tip to everyone out there is everyone has the same challenges, the same hours in a day, the same, whatever's going on for all of us. And it really is up to you whether you choose to see it as I can't or I can. And that is simply one mindset shift that will enable you to access a completely new future that others just won't imagine you're capable of. So
Love it. Brilliant, Dan. Brilliant. All right, Miss Sammy. Hold on, let me unmute you. What's up, crazy?
Crazy. I so agree with what Dan said, and I guess the world around us is a result of how we think about the world being around us. Like Dan, I mean, we sold everything back in January. We sold it or gave it away and bought a boat and just decided that we were going to live freedom because we'd kind of built the business prison around us before. And I mean, I was so busy building multi-million-pound businesses that I actually
sold for 60 cents.
I know, right? I just got to the point of burnout, and because I focused on profit, I focused on profit rather than purpose, and I was just going for it, absolutely going for it, overachieving every financial target, and my life became about money. And I had everything that money could buy, but I didn't have the things that money can't buy, which is total fulfillment, love, relationships, being part of something so much greater than it just being me. I wanted someone to enjoy these things with. And ultimately, I've given everything away or I've sold it. So I don't have that stuff, and walked away from my multi-million-pound business so that I stopped killing myself. And so as soon as I started focusing on my purpose and who I am and what ripple I'm here to make, I mean, this is how this has all been born. That's when I started to build a business and a life that I love. But I focused on the life that I wanted. I'd already built the businesses, and I knew that if I was going to build something else, then it needed to be around the life that I wanted to have. And all throughout my first book, I say, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can build an enormous business, maybe that's not your purpose, though. Maybe you could build something enormous, but it's not in the thing that you think it's going to be. Just trust and allow. Don't ask how. Just start listening to that intuition and be guided. And I think not enough do we follow our intuition. And because I wasn't following my intuition, I was too busy looking at the profit and the money that was coming in and not being able to enjoy any of it. Now I focus on purpose and I enjoy every moment. So get focused on what your purpose is, enjoy every moment, and be that one drop that you want to see in the world and show up as that, because this is your home and this is where you're always going to come back to, is who you are. So just get really focused on that and focus on your purpose is what I would say.
Brilliant. And guys, if you haven't heard Sammy's story, she's been on my podcast. She's been on the cover of our magazine. She's absolutely brilliant, phenomenal. Yeah, I put it up there. I was trying not to block Dan's face with it.
It looks good to you, Dan.
But absolutely brilliant story. Just beautiful, honey. Miss Alison. Hold on. I think I hit the button and it didn't go. Wait, come on, unmute. There you go. All right, brilliant.
I was in mid-flow, and yeah. So I think what Sammy and Dan just said is amazing. And, you know, I think you touched on something. You know, we have one skin to live in. This is our home. This is where we are. And if everything else around us, the epigenetics is causing us so much stress and anxiety, it's really not the best place to be, because like Sammy said, it causes overwhelm, we reach burnout, it causes physiological illness. So you can keep going on the ROI, you can keep going on the wealth aspect, but if you haven't got your health in order for you to fully enjoy that wealth, whether it be just you on your own or with family, then you're in shit streak. It's really not going to work that well. You've got to really focus on, you know, I want to thrive, not just survive. So if you're reaching burnout, you're not thriving, you are simply just kind of striving to survive and keeping on the hustle. So I think one of the biggest things is you've got to believe that change is possible. So whatever has been before you, it's not what's ahead of you. And I think that's one of the things, especially when it comes to health and well-being. So if people have held themselves back because, well, you know, if I do that, I'm going to get ill, so I won't be able to show up. If I have my own business, because I'm this way or in that way, I won't be able to do it. So we keep putting blocks and obstacles in the way, as opposed to, like Dan said, instead of what we can't do, what can we do? How can I jump over that obstacle with my own health? How can I focus on trying to reverse that illness that's been holding me back for so long? How can I focus on being the healthiest version of me so I can enjoy the wealth that I'm creating in this world? Because as we know, when you create more wealth, you're able to give more back. So for me, if I earn more, I'm able to give more, because I can open up more avenues to help those who are perhaps not really thriving in the success in their business yet, but you know, they're still down here but want to get up here. So the more that I get paid, the more that I can help others and pay 100%. It forward. And I think that's a massive thing that we're missing. And like you said, Sammy, you're so focused on the profit that you weren't focusing on the person or the health and well-being of yourself. And I think that's so important.
It really helped me.
Yeah, we need to focus on that. You know where you've been with that. Many people do, but many people fall back into that trap again. And it is about taking that element and thriving. And, you know, Ariana Huffington was one of the women who was so successful, grew her success, was focused on that business, that her own health became detrimental to everything else, and she crashed and burnt, literally knocked herself unconscious, and then realized that, hang on, that's why the thrive element of the Huffington Post grew, because she knew that your health, your well-being, and your boundaries around that success have to be so important, and you have to be able to say, enough, this is work, this is life, this is balance. And I think that's one of the most important things in your survival to success.
Beautiful.
Balance.
Well said. Well said. Jenny, I think we got you back, girl.
Hello, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
We'll blame Sammy and Kelly. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's messy. Or the universe was just going, stop talking, Jenny. You've been talking all day.
So the same question to you, though, you know, from survival to success, what does that mean in your world?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've got a personal story in that I started life in a very traumatic childhood. I tried to commit suicide as a teenager. I had such limiting self-beliefs that I truly didn't see that there was anything wrong with that. I thought that was normal. I thought that was my limit. Didn't know there was anything more. And you know, the lovely thing about hitting rock bottom, isn't it? It's like there's only one way. You know, you've got to go up. And that's what I did. And I just absorbed knowledge. Like, I love learning. So for me to learn about the universe and mindset and NLP and just about the way the brain works, I just found fascinating. And what I ended up doing is just creating this world where the law of attraction is fundamental. I mean, it works. I'm a actually walking success story in how it works. But the truth is, no one really knows how the universe works. You just got to roll with it. Just follow the steps. And what I'll be giving is steps.
Is there a 13-step program to the universe? I mean, if there is, sign me up. All right.
I will literally give these guys step-by-step guidance. We're talking about frequencies and your vibe, the people you're hanging out with, the positivity, switching your words from the positive, you know, instead of the negative. They're really simple stuff, and you kind of already know it. But it's when someone actually sits down and says, this is what you've got to do, it's like, okay, they just need the lesson. And that's what I'm there to do. And I'm hopefully it will just be what they need, and it will just resonate with them, be like, oh, of course, that's what I need to do. Of course.
Well done. Kelly, how the hell did you put together this A-list of badasses, one, in such a short time? And, you know, all speakers, every one of us that wants to be on stage, podcast, and everything else, we all have big heads and egos, right? If anybody tells you otherwise, they're full of shit, right? So how are you wrangling this group of badasses? How did you get them all to say yes to doing an event to this magnitude? Because that's brilliant. I'm totally loving watching from the cheap seats.
You know,
you're welcome
being
for this
really
question, by the way.
Brutally honest here. I was completely and utterly broken in 2019, and it took a lot. So when you talk about rock bottom, I really do know. But all of these people that are here with us tonight and the other speakers, in some way or another, the universe definitely presented them to me. And I believe with all my heart that the right people show up at the very right time. We're exactly where we're meant to be in life. Life will teach us, serve us hard knocks, shape us to how we are. Dan, when I had this transformational experience with Dan, I didn't even know that my earliest memory was what we discovered. And it just opened up the door, the gates. It just gave me the permission that I needed to release what I was trying to control in my life from a memory of when I was 2-3 years old that I had completely forgotten. Sammy, I just love this lady with all my heart. She's amazing. And she has helped me so much. And Alison, we've worked together as well. And I'm doing this November. Oh, God, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm doing it. And I trust her. So, you know, and I need to look after my health. I believe that as business owners and entrepreneurs, everything starts with ourselves. And if we're not at top peak performance, we've got no chance. So our health has to be number one. Jenni is an inspirational woman of the world, and she is incredible with her law of attraction, but she has hardly even touched on her story. Like, I know your story, and it's just so inspirational what she has achieved. So basically, in trying to sort of break it down really slowly here, every single person that is here for a reason. They have all helped me in a significant way. And as I said before, this is why I've brought them all together, because I know they have the power to help you guys. So if you want to transform your life, if you put your trust into all of us, we will absolutely move your world mountains. And we need to do this with ourselves right now. We need to trust in ourselves. And so, yeah, that's why they're all here. And now I go into kind of like, mode.
I know the feeling. All right. I can totally empathize with you, girl. It's amazing. There's a little bit of pressure on top of it and making sure that you step up your game. I feel it. I've been through it. Though I'm truly proud of what you've done. And I have just so much mad respect for you for putting this whole thing together, girl. Well fucking done. The other thing I got to brag about, Kelly, is you and Martin have the cutest fucking relationship I've ever seen in my life. Dude, you guys, I've never seen a couple comment on each other's post and call each other darling more than you and Martin do. It is absolutely brilliant. I want to jump on there every time and make fun of you, but at the same token, I'm like, that's actually a really beautiful thing. I'm like, fuck, you guys just don't have to write anything else anymore. Just write darling on everything and we'll all get it, right?
Donnie, he's been my absolute world. I met him literally a month before my world came crumbling down, and I was suicidal as well. And I know I wouldn't be here without him. And, you know, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now without him. So everybody needs that right winger, and he is absolutely there with me every step of the way. I know we joke around and we have a laugh, but that's us. We're the exact same on and off screen, like we literally are. So what you see
Martin
is what
just
you get.
said I can be his darling too, just so you know.
Martin, you flipping rock.
He does.
So, and what's crazy, and just so the whole world knows, I actually met Martin first, and then Martin introduced me to Kelly. So, just strange how the universe works sometimes with all this kind of stuff. So, Kelly, how do people find out about the event? How do they get more details? Where do they go? Where do they get all this wonderful information at?
I'm hoping that we can drop some links, and it's very, very easy. Like literally, when I said that I'm Kelly Forrester, the resilience and growth leader, I'm the driving force of a new entrepreneurial world from Over the Edge. Over the Edge is about us. So you can find us on weareovertheedge.com and then /breakthrough. And that's it. You'll be able to find any one of us. And we've all got it plastered everywhere, promoting it as high as we can. So yeah, and it's very, very easy to get your ticket.
We're on a mission to create those ripples, and
we're on that mission.
Tsunami of love.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I can get it to pop up on a screen. There's the Over the Edge. Hold on. I will totally get the breakthrough to get on the back end of that so everybody can see it. 2 seconds. I love streaming. Guys, if you don't go live with StreamYard, I don't know why. It's the most brilliant platform in the freaking world. And I don't get anything for saying that. I just love this platform. So there you go.
I'm going to come in with a counter argument. I love Restream. Have you heard of that one?
I did. It was too clunky for me. And too many buttons, too many movements. It's too many gamer platforms at the end of the day. We're live streaming on Twitch right now. I don't know who's watching us on Twitch. I don't know what the hell Twitch is, but we're there, damn it.
We're there anyway. We're everywhere.
So, but guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and head over to wearetheedge.com breakthrough. If you are in the Success Champions Facebook group and you're watching the live, the person who picks a number between 1 and 50 and gets it closest, I am buying 2 tickets to the event that I will give away. And Kelly tried to give me the tickets, and I told her, no way in hell, I'm buying them. So if you guys are watching on the live stream in the Success Champions Facebook group, number between 1 and 50, whoever 2 people gets closest, I will buy your ticket to attend this event. So guys, this has been absolutely amazing. Any parting words for all of our listeners, people that are hanging out, watching anything? We can go around the horn. Sammy, last words?
Be the drop you want to see in the world. Get your butt there.
Love it. Alison, any parting words?
I don't think I can match that.
Jenni?
Forget the past. That doesn't exist. Don't worry about the future. You can't predict that. Just worry about now. And now's having fun. So just enjoy yourself.
Brilliant. Dan, let me unmute you. Unmute, Dan.
Come on, Dan.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you're in a kind of position in your life where you're dissatisfied and you're just feeling like you're in survival, just not moving forward effectively, then join us for this, because this event really, is about, Kelly's brought together the people that she sees to be the most powerful, enabling you to break through your challenges and succeed in a new way. And I'm going to be delivering my breakthrough, transformational session that Kelly spoke of. So I'm literally going to be leading that live. 2 hours. We're going to go very deep, and we will clear whatever barriers in the way.
It's just amazing.
I can't wait to see you all, let alone be part of it. My heart's going to be on this summit.
Donnie, imagine the value in this, like 2 hours with Dan, an hour with Sammy. And I mean, literally all of us are giving our time. It is incredible. I don't think you can even put a value on it, to be honest. And so just before everybody does go, I really, really do value, respect and appreciate each and every one of you. My last parting words would be book your ticket, rewrite your destiny, and live your friggin' dream.
Brilliant, guys. Guys, this has been awesome. All you champions around the world, thank you so much for tuning in. We had freaking just a ton of you guys from around the world, and I truly fucking appreciate it. You guys are amazing, awesome, and badass. Come hang out with us in the Success Champions Facebook. Look at that, Sammy. Sammy's got her mascot in the background. This is totally real life. But come hang out in the Success Champions Facebook group. 1,200 small business owners from around the world doing just badass, amazing things. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Stay out of trouble and keep kicking ass.